Look at the bar scrolling across your screen. That's somebody's survey app earnings slowly moving towards $10 payout. And the example says it took them about 40 hours to get there. Now look at this screen. That's one $20 sale from a person buying one small thing you made once. And 5 sales like that equals your first $100. And if you've never made $1 online, put the surveys down. I'm gonna show you exactly what I do this weekend with no product, no audience, and no paid ads to make my first $100 online. First, open your notes app and write down one thing people ask you for help with when you're at work. Don't decide what to sell just yet. Just write the question they keep asking you about. Second, we're gonna turn that answer into one small file. We're gonna put it on a sales page and make videos around the questions your coworkers keep asking you. And I've made about $176,000 selling digital products over several years, after taxes and fees. And I'll show you the full path, where it can fall apart, and what finally creates your first sale. Now, tell me if this sounds like you. You've tried the survey sites, the games that promise cash, and the little tasks that pay a few cents at a time. Some part of you feels that the whole make money online idea is just a scam because nearly everything you've touched felt like one. And I felt the same way when I first started, but it's not your fault. The YouTube gurus sent you there so that they can make a quick buck. Those apps pay you only when you're completing a task for them. And what I'm about to show you is different because you make one thing from your knowledge you already have, and more than one person can buy it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your first $100 online doesn't require hundreds of tiny tasks. It just requires one $20 product and 5 people who believe it saves them time, confusion, or frustration. Your first $100 probably won't change your life, but it gives you evidence that strangers will pay you for something you built based on the knowledge you already have. 5 buyers isn't automatic, but it's proof. It's proof you don't need 5,000 followers. It's proof someone will pay you, and you just need 5 people with the same problem who see enough value in you to spend $20 with you. But before we build it, I put every step and the exact prompts you need on one free page at notes.platformproof.com. You just enter in your email and I send you the page. And you get access to every other prompt and worksheet covered on this channel as well. Also, answer one question for me in the comment section. Have you made $1 online? Not 100, just your first dollar. Type yes or no so I can see how many people are still chasing the hardest first goal. Step 1 is just choosing the skill, the buyer, and the small thing you can sell. Choose a skill you already have. You're not looking for a brand new skill to learn. You're looking for something you do so often that you no longer see it as valuable. It's a thing you explain to a new coworker, fix when everyone else gets stuck, or get asked about outside of work. And this is really important. People will pay you when your knowledge saves them time, removes confusion, or prevents another mistake. Use these 4 filters before building anything. You need a specific buyer, a repeated problem, a deadline or costly mistake, and a file that saves the buyer time, money, or frustration. You're going to turn that knowledge into a small digital product, which is just simply a small file you create once and you can sell to more than one buyer. It could be a checklist, cheat sheet, or even a template. You're going to price your first version at $20 and make it solve one specific problem. It isn't a course or a giant program. It's one small file for one person trying to solve one problem that keeps them up at night. Let's pretend you're a barbershop manager who trains new barbers. New barbers keep asking you which questions they should be asking before cutting a new client's hair, and they've never met them before. The buyer is a new barber worried about their first real appointment, and the problem is avoiding a misunderstanding before the haircut begins. The small product could be a $20 new client consultation card. The card includes the 7 questions, space for the client's answers, and a reminder to repeat the agreed upon length before the haircut starts. Nothing is added to just make the file bigger. And if you're still not sure which skill or file fits you, I created the finder that helps you find your first sellable digital product. It's a one-time charge of $17, and you can find it at finder.platformproof.com. Now, it doesn't guarantee you that people will buy, but it can help you narrow your skills into a possible buyer and product direction. Save the website for later because step 2 is building the file. Step 2 is building the first version with the help of free AI tools. You no longer need to be a designer or a professional writer because the AI is the organizer. Just make sure to use AI as just the organizer and not the actual expert. The expert is still you. For the product, the barbershop manager lists the questions he asks every new client. He then covers the previous cut, problem areas, styling time, length limits, product use, cowlicks, and what short means to that person. Next, he asks AI to organize these notes into a one-page consultation card. He tells it to keep its process, use plain language, and flag anything unclear instead of just making it up. A few seconds later, he has headings, checkboxes, and a cleaner order. The benefit is AI saves formatting time, but a polished first draft isn't the same as an accurate product. In this example, the AI draft removes the cowlick question and turns one suggestion into a universal rule. Seeing this, the manager restores the original question, rewrites the rule, and checks every line against what he actually does with his clients. Then another experienced barber reviews the card. That second set of eyes catches anything confusing, incomplete, or too specific to one shop before a beginner even pays for it. This is the best way to get the most out of AI. Use AI to organize a draft while your experience applies the judgment, details, and corrections that make the file worth buying. The finished product includes 7 questions, space for the client's answers, and a short reminder to repeat the agreed upon length before the cut even starts. Every part solves a problem each new barber faces. And by Saturday afternoon, the manager has a plain one-page consultation card that he can sell for $20. Now, AI doesn't know anything about barbering, but it can help him package what he already knows into something simple and sellable. Step 3 is helping the right buyer find the product. Making the file doesn't matter if no one ever sees it. A new barber preparing for his first customers may be searching, what questions should I ask before cutting a new client's hair on YouTube? That's the exact problem the consultation card helps to solve. The barber records a short video called 7 Questions to Ask Before Cutting a New Client's Hair. The title matches the search, and the video explains why each question matters. The video explanation stays free. The $20 card saves the new barber from having to remember, organize, and formatting everything on his own. Next, we create a sales page. The sales page says exactly who the card is for and shows a preview of the 7 questions. The buyer doesn't have to guess what the file includes or why it belongs under the video. Under the manager's YouTube video, the manager puts one clear sentence near the top of the description and repeats it in a pinned comment. It says, do you need to know what to ask your first client? The consultation card from this video is linked here. The link leads to a checkout page on a site like Gumroad. Gumroad takes the payment, delivers the file automatically, and deducts a fee instead of charging a monthly subscription. The first 5 sales equal $100 in gross revenue. Currently, Gumroad charges a fee of 10% plus 50 cents per sale. 5 sales would leave you with about $87.50 before refunds and taxes. On some of my own products, about 2 out of every 100 relevant viewers make a purchase. At that rule, 5 buyers would take about 250 relevant viewers, but that's my experience and not yours. The word relevant is really important here. 250 random haircut views aren't the same as 250 new barbers preparing to handle their first client. YouTube says search weighs relevance, engagement, and quality. Matching the question gives the video a chance to appear, but it doesn't guarantee views, daily traffic, or even sales. The complete process is simple when every step matches. The new barber searches one problem, finds the answer, sees the same questions inside the card, and reaches the checkout without guessing what comes next. Let's say your first video gets 42 views, 2 product page visits, but no sales. Yeah, that is disappointing, but 2 visits aren't enough evidence to say that the product actually failed. The manager then checks the buyer's path instead of more guessing. He then asks himself these questions. Did the right person click? Did the opening of the video deliver the answer? And did the viewer understand what the paid card saved them from having to do on their own? The manager then publishes a second video called How to Avoid Misunderstanding a New Barber Client. He opens with a real consultation mistake and shows the card while explaining how it prevents that problem. And then on Sunday night, a new barber starting Monday searches that exact problem. He finds the video, sees the questions he needs in front of him, and clicks the link and makes the purchase. Now here's the important part of this story. The first sale didn't appear because the manager became famous. It happened because the video found the right buyer with the right problem at the right time. And in the welcome email, the manager asked the buyer, what almost stopped you from buying? The buyer says he wasn't sure whether the card could be printed more than once. The manager takes the feedback and adds a clear personal use line and a preview of the printable page. The first buyer's hesitation gives him a specific improvement instead of guessing some more. The manager keeps the same product and makes related videos about difficult consultations, unclear length requests, and preventing mistakes before the cape goes on. Each video gives a new barber another opportunity to find his digital product. The next where buyers don't arrive on a guaranteed schedule, but they follow the same path. But more importantly, these sales can happen at any time, even when the manager isn't working or creating more YouTube videos. That $100 doesn't prove the next $100 will be easy. It proves the manager has one product, one buyer, and one path worth improving instead of starting over with a new random idea. Now, the job can change, but the process stays the same. The person searching, the person watching, and the person buying should be the same type of person solving the same problem. The job can change, but the process is still the same. The person searching, the person watching, and the person buying should be the same person with the exact same problem worth solving. For example, an appliance technician could explain one common dryer error code. Then they could create a paid worksheet that helps a homeowner collect the correct model information before ordering a part or calling for service. Or an office manager could make videos explaining how to take meeting notes that people will actually use. Then they create a paid template that could help organize decisions, help owners, show deadlines, and show follow-up items. Let me tell you why the first buyer matters. Years ago, I was sitting at the kitchen table after the kids had gone to sleep when my phone buzzed. A stranger whom I'd never met before paid me $7 for something that I made. $7 changed my life, and here's why. It proved that somebody could find my videos and digital products, understand its value, and choose to pay without knowing me personally. The money came from solving a problem, not from an app assigning another task. And this is why the first $100 matters. The first sale is proof that this will work, while several buyers gives you strong evidence that the result can be improved and repeated. A 2017 Side Hustle School episode featured Erin Alston. She was a high school French teacher that sold lesson materials that she'd already created for other teachers. The episode reported that she had eventually made more than 600 products and earned at least $500 per month. That income helped pay for her honeymoon. That wasn't one worksheet producing instant monthly income. The lesson here is that one useful product can become a larger library when you keep solving related problems for the same buyers. And before you go, screenshot this weekend plan. Friday after work, choose one skill, one buyer, and one problem. Saturday afternoon, use AI to organize the file and verify everything yourself. And then on Sunday, upload the file to a sales page and record one video answering that same buyer's exact questions. Upload that video to YouTube and put the product link in the description and pinned comment. That plan doesn't guarantee buyers this weekend, but it gives you a complete path to test. And look again at the thing you do without thinking, because the skill you've stopped seeing as a skill is the one you should be selling. Your first $100 proves that the process can work. Turning that into consistent monthly income requires more buyers, more useful videos, and continued improvement. Next, watch how I turn my first $100 into $3,000 a month, because it builds the next step without starting over. Also, comment proof builder if you're ready to make your first $100 online. Now, go build the damn thing, and we'll see you in the next video. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Nothing here guarantees income, and your results depend on your product, audience execution, and time.